Welcome to KR Microbiology classes. Hi guys, today we are going to discuss about the topic history of the DNA. So it is one of the very important topic in the UG entrance examinations or for the CPGET or for CUET, IIT JAM or else for any competitive exams also it is very important topic. So today we are going to discuss about the major important points about the history of the DNA, right? So DNA is nothing but the deoxyribonucleic acid, you know very well. So it is a polymer of the polynucleotides. So you know that polynucleotides, a number of nucleotides arranged in a sequence, right? So nucleotide means it contains deoxyribose sugar, phosphate group and nitrogenous base, right? So let us go about the history of this DNA. In 1868, F. Mischer, first time he isolated the nucleic acid from blood cells and he called first time as a nuclein. And in 1880, Fischer isolated the purines and pyrimidines. And in 1881, Zacharias identified the nuclein in the chromatin material. Okay, and if you see, in 1899, Altman replaced the word nuclein with the nucleic acid. So the nucleic acid word first used by the scientist Altman. And in 1910, P.A. Levin, he discovered the phosphate group and pentose sugar molecules in the DNA. And in 1940, W.T. Asbury gave a first 3D model of the DNA and he also studied the DNA through the X-ray crystallography techniques. And in 1944, Avery, MacLeod and McCarthy, these three scientists have proved and also presented the evidence that the DNA carries the genetic information. So genes contains the genetic information. They proved this. Later, Wilkins and Rosalind Franklin, these two scientists have prepared a high-oriented DNA fibers, and Mrs. Rosalind Franklin prepared a super photograph of the DNA using the X-ray diffraction method. This is the important point. So she prepared that super photograph with the X-ray diffraction technique. In 1953, Pauling and Corey, they gave triple helix model of DNA, but they are failed because a triple helix model is not at all correct model, right? So they are failed to explain it. And later, after this Pauling and Corey, J.D. Watson and F.H. Sickrick, they presented the double helix model which was succeeded and also accepted by everyone. That is the double helix model. We all know that today we are studying that one only. This was all happened only because of making that perfect and clear picture of the DNA by the Rosalind Franklin. For their discovery, the Rosalind Franklin, and for their work, J.D. Watson and F.H. Sickrick, these three people got Nobel Prize. So this is what I want to tell you very simply about the history of the DNA. These are the main points about the history. Okay, thank you very much. We'll see later in the another topic.